everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a all acrylic no polish look. So I already prepped the nails and everything, so we're going to be focusing more on the acrylic application. So the acrylics that I'm using are by Nail Supply Glamour, which is a store located in Dallas, Texas. Of course, I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that information down below. But I really like their colored acrylics because they're really inexpensive and they go on really good. As you guys seen, for my brush, I'm using my alpha brush in an oval shape in a number 10. So I'll be sure to leave that information down below as well. But for this nail, as you can see, I did a thin layer of the Mia Secret pink acrylic, which is a really translucent pink. That way next time, we can just go in and remove the colored acrylic, and then she'll still have the clear underneath. That way we don't have to do a whole set. But as you see, for this one, I'm just doing different colors of orange, and we're just kind of mixing them in together as we go. Not in a certain way or anything, literally just random, trying to do more of like a marble effect. After that, we can go in with the Mia Secret pink. Of course, as always, you can use a clear, but I just like to use this pink because it's really translucent. Make sure that you clean around the cuticle area to make sure that you don't have any product on the skin. And then, of course, just brushing it down, making sure that you look at the nail from different angles. That way you know where you need to apply a little bit more acrylic. As you can see there, I applied a bead closer to the cuticle area because I still needed to build a better apex. But we're going to go ahead and basically do the same on the rest of the nail. So as always, whenever you're doing colored acrylic, it's good to do a bead of the pink or clear underneath. That way, whenever you come back, you don't have to do a whole new set. You can just file away the colored acrylic, and then there's still going to be the clear acrylic underneath. But for this pinky, we're going to do just a full nail with all of the three colors. Again, as you can see, I'm just applying them randomly on the nail. Just making sure that we get, about an even amount of all of the colors on the nail. And just kind of swirling them together as we go. And then we come back and encapsulate them. Remember that when you do the colored acrylic, you don't want to build your thickness with these. It's literally just for the color. You go in and build your apex and your thickness at your tip with the clear or pink. In this case, we're using the Mia Secret pink. As you can see, now I'm going in with a little bit of glitter, and this is the glitter by Tammy Taylor. I'll be sure to leave that down below. And then I'm also using a little bit of the gold foil, and I'm just applying it on the nail, and then we can go in and encapsulate it. Alrighty, so for this one, we're going to do basically the same thing that we just did on the pinky. So same thing, we do the clear underneath, and then we go in with the colored acrylics. And for this one, I'm going to do like one big bead, and I dipped it into all three powders, as you can see. And I was just trying to see if it gave me that same effect, and it kind of turned out not too bad. I am going to go in and of course add a little bit more, but again, I dipped it into the liquid, and then I dipped it in all three powders, and then placed it on the nail. And as you can see, it still gives us that marble effect. Again, cleaning around the cuticle area, making sure that we don't get any product, powder, or acrylic on the skin. And then after we get a nice amount of color on the nail, we go in and encapsulate it. And on this one, we are going to be applying the foil. The only difference between this one and the pinky is that I didn't apply the glitter on this one. But as you can see, I did apply the foil. And the foil, it comes in like a little square. And then you just, cut it into little pieces with your fingernails and just place it on the nail. And usually I just pick it up with my brush. I'm like wet it a little bit with my monomer, and then it sticks to the brush really easily. And then again, after that, we just encapsulate it with the pink. Alrighty, so for this index finger, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did on the pinky. So again, just do the clear underneath. We do the colored acrylic marble all over the nail. And then we're going to go in and do the glitter and the foil. Alrighty, so for the thumb, we're going to do the same thing. The acrylic underneath, which is the Mia Seeker Pink. And then for this one, we're going to do a ombre nail. So we're going to do the lighter orange at the tip, the medium, orange in the middle, and then the darker orange at the back. But on the other hand, I'm going to only use the lighter one and the darker one because I've seen that like whenever I apply the first one and the second or the third one, it kind of created that same color that we have in the middle in this one, so it kind of just saved me a little bit of time. Alrighty, so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing or something very similar on the other hand. So we're going to go ahead and start off with this thumb. So here's what I was talking about. So instead of doing the 3 colors on here, I'm only going to do the first one, which is the lighter orange, and then I'm going to go in and do the darker orange at the back, and then in the middle it's still going to create that like medium shade orange. That way we didn't have to go in with all 3 colors, and then of course after that we just go in and encapsulate it. But as you can see, it's the same process all over and over again. We kind of just change up a nail or 2, but the steps are exactly the same as far as doing your coat of the clear underneath, and then doing your colored acrylic, and then encapsulating them. Remember that when you're doing this, especially when you're using colored acrylic, you want to make sure that you're wiping your brush off a lot when you're working, because you don't want any of that colored acrylic getting stuck to your brush, because if you do, it's really hard to take off while you're working, and then it's going to make your acrylic go on really bumpy and lumpy. So make sure that you wipe your brush off a lot. Also make sure that you clean around the cuticle area. You don't want any product on the skin because it could cause the nail to lift, because once it gets hard, it's almost impossible to take off. But again, we're going to go ahead and finish off this hand, and then we'll be back. Alrighty, y'all, so we're finishing off this set, and again, the colored acrylics that I'm using are by Nail Supply Glamour. The first one is in the color N15. We have HC18, and then we also have this last one. You can't really see the name, and then the Tammy Taylor one is Hearts of Gold. I do have a promo code for Nail Supply Glamour, so I'll be sure to leave that down below. But anyways, now we're going in and just reshaping the nails. As you guys know that after we apply the acrylic, it kind of takes away from our shape, so we just have to go in and redefine that shape, filing the sides and the free edge at a 90-degree angle, and also making sure that whenever you're filing your nails or their nails, you want to make sure that you hold back the finger on like their skin on the side, that way you don't cut them. And sometimes you still might have a little accident here or there, but if you hold their finger properly and kind of hold their skin back on the side, you shouldn't cut them. But again, the filing is 90-degree on the sides and the free edge, making sure that you hold your file super straight when you're filing, that way you get that perfect coffin shape that you want. And also make sure that you watch your shape as you're filing, that way you know where you need to file a little bit more. Maybe you filed too much on the right, so you have to go on the other side and even it out, but you have to make sure that you watch what you're doing, that way you know how to fix it. Alrighty, so once we finish reshaping the nails, we're going in with a fine drill bit and we're going to file all of the nails. So remember, the first thing that I always do is go around the cuticle area from the right side over to the left side, just going back and forth until you're able to see where the cuticle is, where the natural nail is, and where the acrylic is. That way you know that the acrylic is not on the skin. And then also, of course, just going in and smoothing out the rest of the nail, that way they're nice and smooth. And if you are a beginner and you still have really bumpy nails, the only thing you can do to get rid of those bumps and lumps is just go in there and spending a little bit more time when you're filing to get rid of all of the bumps. Alrighty, so once we finish filing the nails, we're going to go in with a buffer and we're just going to buff the nails really good, and this is just going to get rid of any of the scratches left on the nail from the hand file or the e-file. Alright, so after we buffed them, we just wiped them off with an alcohol wipe, or actually we dust them off and then wipe them off with an alcohol wipe. And then now I'm just going in and we're going to be applying some bling. So I'm using the Soleil nail adhesive, I'm using my SS6, my SS12, my wax pencil, and some bigger pieces as well. We just apply the Soleil nail adhesive and then we apply the bling with the wax pencil. And then at the end, we spray them with the Mia Secret Gel Resin Activator, which helps the glue dry a lot faster. Since it is a gel resin, it is a little bit thicker than just regular nail glue, so it just takes a little bit longer for it to actually dry. But after this, we're gonna go in, like I said, spray them with the activator and then apply the Madam Glam gel top coat, and then we're gonna cure for 60 seconds, and we're gonna do the same thing on the other hand. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out really pretty. They're very fallish, and that color combination just looks so good. So as always, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at GetNo32, and I'll see you guys next time.